Welcome to the Leadership Path podcast, where our goal is to equip you as leaders to shepherd people well. Welcome back to the Leadership Path. My name is Amy Clackham, and I'm joined by our Connections pastor, Michelle Quigley.
Hey, everyone.
Michelle, it has been a few months since our last release, so it could be beneficial to remind our leaders why we do these and what has kept us away.
We know the work that you do as a leader is important, but you can also feel disconnected. And our goal is to provide helpful tools and resources so you know that you are supported, loved, and cared for by our staff. And we have been busy. Since our last podcast, we hosted the Scene Women's event to help women get connected. We also held a group leader appreciation dinner. It was a night filled with fun and food, and it was a blast.
It really was. I think the games may have been my favorite part, but the video was really sweet too.
Yes, I love that it was a little bit of both and everything. It was wonderful. And then we moved straight into summer, where we encourage our leaders to take time off, rest, and regroup for the upcoming fall. It has all gone by so quickly.
Yes. And we're excited to be back with you guys today. So let's get started with our topic, grow and multiply. Michelle, when we say grow and multiply in reference to a group setting, what are we talking about?
That's a great question, Amy. What grow and multiply means is inviting and adding people into our groups and raising up leaders to multiply more.
Okay, that makes sense. But explain more why this is such an important conversation to have with our group leaders.
You know, really, it's because there are people who are still on the outside and don't feel like they belong. You know, once upon a time, all of us were someone without a group, without godly friendships and places to hash out the hard parts of living as a believer. And there are people just like that within our church context. They haven't found their place, and they do not have a leader or a shepherd that's caring for them. And these people need a place to connect. And if we are not growing and multiplying, then they will not have a space open for them.
That's so good. And really, this is on our hearts and minds at Journey because of the Great Commission. We see in Matthew 28 that Jesus says to go into all the world, and that includes Bozeman, Belgrade, and Four Corners, and disciple people. And discipling is not a one-and-done conversation. It means to help them learn what it looks like to live like Jesus, who is on the throne of their hearts and minds.
Yes, and we want to be about building the kingdom of God and equipping everyone to do the same. And that is why growing and multiplying our groups is important. We want to make disciples who make disciples who make disciples.
Exactly. Now, when a group begins, I love it when they come together naturally, 2 to 3 people who feel that call to make space for others. From that strong base, they should be asking and inviting new people in, hopefully looking to max out their living room, their parking spaces. Plus, as new people join, it really creates a great opportunity for friendship within and without group.
Totally. And whether you're a group that's brand new or you've been around for a while, here are some practical ways to help you grow your group. Ask everyone to invite someone. Maybe host a game night where people can attend that are unsure about this whole groups thing. Even be a group that allows anyone to join, married, singles, families. Broaden the net and make space for significant others to join that may not be open to a Bible study quite yet.
You know, we have seen this work in groups where maybe a wife attends, but the husband does not yet. But they're willing to go to a dinner or a night of fun, and they realize these people aren't quite as weird as we thought. I might be interested in joining this more often. So how does growth then lead to multiplication?
Yeah, growing helps us get to our goal of multiplying so that every person has a shepherd. You know, this is ongoing, not a one and done thing. When a group is thriving, the leader should be on the lookout for members and spending time asking God to identify those potential new leaders in that group. The step is repeated over and over for the life of a group, and really, this should be the heart posture of all believers.
Exactly. I love that prayer is where we start because God knows what's in that person's heart and the plans He's made for them. Also, people aren't usually quick to raise their hand and be like, ooh, I want to lead a group.
Yeah, totally true. You know, most of my conversations I'm having with people are them disqualifying themselves. Often it takes watching someone, having an intentional conversation with them, asking them to pray about leading, and then giving them chances within the group to stretch their wings and try.
Exactly. And a pro tip for you guys, if you're a group that also regularly shares discussion, then people will already have a taste of what it feels like to lead, and they might be more open to it.
Exactly. And as you recognize and invite others to lead, the next step is to pray about what multiplying may look like. Again, each time there isn't a cookie cutter, one-size-fits-all option for a group.
It's true. Sometimes a group launching is just a person or a couple stepping out and starting a group. Sometimes it's launching a person, a couple, or some of the group members to go with them. And it can even look like turning over your current group to new leaders, and you guys as group leaders step out and start a new group.
Yes, there are so many ways to do it. It's not really about the how we do it. The most important thing is that we do it.
But what about that struggle of not wanting to leave your current group? I know groups that have been together for a long time and they're worried about their relationships and friendships with those people if they're not consistently in group together.
That is a valid question, Amy, and I have experienced that myself. But remember, you're not moving away or excommunicating anyone. You can remain friends and even create spaces to connect outside of the group. However, if there is fear associated with multiplying, it would be wise to start taking steps to cultivate that relationship outside of your group now. Dinner invitations, go hiking, take trips together. Friendship doesn't change just because group membership does.
So, Michelle, for the leaders who are listening, what do you want them to take away from this conversation? What is that next step for them to take?
First, pray. Prayer is the foundation for all growth and multiplication in our groups. Second, be brave and have those conversations. If you need language, we can help. But truly, we want you to know that our best leaders are those who are in a group, spend time learning, growing, and then we're asked to step up and be bold and lead. We want to make a point to reach out to our leaders regularly to ask them for names. So if you haven't been reached out to recently, be on the lookout. It's coming soon. So pray, ask, and then help disciple the next group leader. The exponential benefit of these steps impacts the family of God, the church, and ultimately the kingdom of God.
And as Michelle said, we're always happy to help you take these steps. You can text us at 406-506-5411 or email groups@journeybozeman.com, and we will be back in touch. Until next time, keep leading and loving well.
Thanks, guys.